Hello! Today we're going to look at factorising a polynomial. So I'll just give you 2 seconds or so, or 5 seconds or so, just to read this example here and we'll go through it together. Right, so this is probably new to you because you're factorising a cubic rather than a quadratic. So it's a little bit trickier, and I'm going to go through 2 ways of doing it. The first way most people like, I don't tend to like, that's called synthetic division. The final way that I like, or the second way, is it's called algebraic long division. Right, first way, what we're going to do, the first thing we have to do is we have to find factors of the number 2. So what we've got 1, 2, and -1, -2. And what we're going to do, we're going to find a root of this, so that we can then find a factor of f of x. So what I'm going to do, generally x equals 1 is the easiest to substitute in. So I'm going to substitute in here, and we're going to find a root, hopefully. So let's substitute x equals 1 in. So put that in here. We've got 1 cubed, subtract 2 multiplied by 1 squared, subtract 1, and add 2. So it gives us 1, take away 1, yeah, equals 0. So that means f of x equals 0. So you can say x equals 1 is a root, and therefore you can say x minus 1 is a factor. So x equals 1 is a root, x minus 1 is a factor. So now we've partially factorised that. And now we're going to factorise using this technique called synthetic division, which I don't particularly like, but most people seem to. So we're going to put our root here, x equals 1 here, and now we're going to put our coefficients of the polynomial, in this case the cubic, here. So coefficient, that's the number in front of the term. So it's 1x cubed, negative 2x squared, negative 1x, and then we've got the constant term at the end, that's the plus 2. Right, oh sorry, this little L thing, it'll become apparent what's going on when I go through the process. Now we add down, so 1 plus 0 here, so it's 1. Now we multiply the root by that, so 1 times 1 is 1, put that up here. Add down, negative 1, 1 multiplied by negative 1, negative 1, add down, negative 2, 1 multiplied by negative 2, negative 2, add together 0. And that's great, that's what we want, that's our remainder, and shows that x equals 1 is a root and x minus 1 is a factor. Now how are we going to use this to help us? Well, from earlier, we already know x minus 1 is a factor, and this is going to give us our other factor. And the way we use this is we go back the way in terms of the terms. So this is a constant term, this is the x term, and this is the x squared term. If there were other terms here, it'd be x cubed, x to the power of 4, and so on. So we've got 1x squared, subtract x, and subtract 2. And now it's a case of our normal quadratic factorising, which you are hopefully familiar with. So normal trinomial, no common factor to take account of. So 1x squared, so let's put an x next to the front. 2 numbers, multiply to give negative 2, add to give negative 1. So negative 2 and plus 1. Perfect. Right, as I said, I'm not a great fan of this method, so I'm going to show you the way I like it. So what we've got here, we're going to do exactly the same as we did with synthetic division. And we're going to find a root first of all, and then we've got x minus 1 as a factor. Now, the bit that's different from going on to synthetic division here is this. And this is what we call algebraic division. and this is very much like long division. So hopefully you're familiar with long division, because this makes a lot of sense with long division. And the reason I like this in comparison to synthetic division is you can see what's going on, you can see what's happening with the x's. Here, it's not so clear. Right, first thing we have to do is we have to get rid of the highest power of x. So we're going to get rid of x cubed. So what do we have to multiply this by to get x cubed? We've got to multiply it by x. No, we're going to multiply by x squared, I should say. So x squared multiplied by x gives us x cubed. X squared multiplied by -1, that's negative x squared. And then hopefully you remember long division, you subtract down the way. So x cubed minus x cubed, 0, negative 2x squared, subtract negative x squared. That gives us essentially negative 2 plus 1, so negative x squared. Then we're going to bring down the negative x, get rid of the highest power of x, so that's negative x squared. So we have to multiply by negative x. So negative x multiplied by x, negative x squared, ideal. Negative x multiplied by -1 plus x. Subtract, these ones cancel out, we get negative 2x, bring down the plus 2. Want to get rid of the highest power of x, so negative 2x, multiply that by negative 2. Negative 2 multiplied by x, negative 2x, negative 2 multiplied by positive 1 plus 2. And perfect. Subtract these, remainder 0. So when we get to this stage, you just go back to there and factorize as normal. So this is the way I prefer. It's called algebraic long division. And this is the way a lot of other people prefer the synthetic division. And it's up to you which one you choose. But if you're going to advanced higher, I'd recommend algebraic long division. Now, just before I finish off, just some maths jargon for you. This is called the divisor. This is called the quotient. And this is called the remainder. So just be aware of those terms. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.